Hello and welcome back to your first official session of how to use the absurd formula for your first hypnotherapy intervention. Let's jump straight in. Let me give you the acronym to remind you of why you're here. The absurd formula is A, B, S, U, R, and D. These steps give you from start to finish of how to intervene with a client and create a therapeutic outcome. But also to remember as well, this is not a program on teaching you specific techniques, because when it comes to technique-driven skills or learning strategies and techniques, this is an ongoing venture. What I hope to do with this, if you're watching this and you do have your favorite routine or you do have your favorite techniques, this is a really fundamental way that you can apply those techniques and strategies at the correct point. And that's what's key with this program. So let's move into the first one. Let's look at A. The A stands for attention. Now, when it comes to hypnosis, attention is the fuel that keeps your hypnotherapy session running smoothly and also gives you that therapeutic outcome. Attention is crucial when it comes to hypnotherapy. Think of this attention or fuel as like when you drive your car. If you wanted to get from point A to point B, you would need to make sure your car, your vehicle, has a sufficient amount of fuel to make sure you get there. Hypnosis is the same thing. Now, the reason the attention is so important because of two things. Your client, just like you, just like every client you have seen or every client you will see, will come to your hypnotherapy office presenting two ways of thinking. They'll be giving you examples of how they think consciously, and they'll be giving you examples of how they think unconsciously. This is why an intervention is so important. Now, knowing that our client's going to give us two parts of the mind and also simultaneously work with two parts of the mind at the same time, attention is key. What you're hoping for with attention is that your client pays attention to the questions you ask, the routine you run as a hypnotist, the techniques you apply, and even the mindset and strategy ideas that you present to them. Without attention, everything you do, everything you say, whether you're doing conversational hypnosis, maybe you're reading a script, you're doing the classical version using even NLP or life coaching or motivational speaking, any of these things require attention to get the outcome that you deserve and also the outcome that your clients deserve. Without attention, your client will not go into trance because they won't be listening to you. The language patterns you use, the techniques, the confusion strategies that you put in place will fall almost on deaf ears, if you will, without attention. Attention is key. So how do we ask for attention when we're working with a client? How do we know that a client has attention on us the complete time? Your goal as a hypnotist is also recognize is that a client's attention can be fleeting. It's very easy for a client to listen to a few things you have to say, but then get distracted by other things in their vicinity on their outside reality. So as a hypnotist, you need to learn to gather attention from your clients over and over again. So, as an example, attention could be something as little as just using rapport techniques, getting to know a client, talking to them about them. In more of a therapeutic standpoint, you might be asking a client, why are they here? What do they want to get from the session? You want to use this time to add some niceties to get rapport or just to immediately start the session. So how do you know your client is giving you attention? Well, one of the easiest ways is eye contact. Now, it's really, really important that when you're working with clients, where are their eyes fixated on? Are they looking around the room, looking at the paintings and the furniture you have in your office? Can you tell that they're more internal, thinking about their grocery list or how they're going to get home and pick up the kids at a certain time? Or are they paying complete attention to you? And eye contact will give you that in the biggest example. Usually when your client's giving you eye contact, it means they're paying attention to you. But the reverse is also true. One of the easiest ways to get attention with eye contact is to give your client your thorough attention. If you are the hypnotist are thinking about when your next session is going to be, how you're going to pay your bills this week, what your client's wearing, you're more fixated on that because it's something out of the ordinary. If you're not giving your client full and complete attention, you best expect they're not going to do the same thing. So when working with clients, one of the best ways to do this is to give them your time. Commit to yourself, commit to your client, that the time you have sitting in front of you is their time. The more attention you can get, think of it again as fuel, the more attention you can get as a hypnotist, the better your techniques are going to work, the better your strategies are going to work, the better your therapeutic methods are going to work. If you find that your inductions fail, as in your client doesn't go into trance, or your therapy fails, or maybe if you are a script reader, your scripts fail. General rules is because you're losing attention along the way. If you're a boring hypnotist, you can guess you'll probably lose attention. If you spend a lot of time just talking at your client and not involving them, you'll bore your clients again and you'll lose that attention. Being that conversational hypnosis, just in this aspect, involves a conversation back and forward, this is a really unique way and very simple way to keep attention, because the conversational hypnotist asks questions. And in order to move forward to the next stage, they need certain responses. So by myself asking questions to my client and them responding in kind, I know I'm getting attention. If, however, I'm asking questions and my client's not answering the questions that I'm asking, I know that I'm losing attention along the way. So again, the easiest way to collect your client's attention is think about yourself as a hypnotist. What are you doing? How are you presenting these ideas? Are you boring them? Are you exciting them? Have you given them your full attention, or are you thinking about other things? It's very, very hard to work on your client if you're not interested either. If your attention is elsewhere, you best believe theirs is going to go elsewhere either. So the first part of the absurd formula is attention. And like I mentioned before, attention is something you need to gather over and over again. So how you do that is very strategic at some points. If you find you're losing attention at certain points in your intervention, you may need to ask more questions that require a response. A question and answer format when it comes to hypnotherapy is the easiest way to get attention. If that doesn't work, think about how are you presenting ideas. Are you including your client, or are you just talking at them? The classical script reading can really lead towards just talking at your client, and you can lose them along in the way, but not in a good way. You need to involve your client in the session. Your client has to be as much a part of the session as you are a part of the session. So remember, if things aren't going correctly, if your inductions are not working, your stories aren't having an impact, your client's not getting overly invested or emotional in the session regarding where you want them to go, it could be because their attention is fleeting. Look at normal clues and cues. You've been reading these your entire life. You know when someone's not listening to you. Apply those same basic principles. So that's attention. Remember, it is fleeting. You'll have to regather attention at certain points, but attention is the fuel which you'll need to make all your techniques work. You best believe that it's not always the technique or the best technique or the most advanced technique that works. It can sometimes just be the most simple strategy that you put in place that has 100% attention of you and your client that can have the biggest outcome. So attention is crucial. So that's the A part of the acronym. Join us on the next session where we look at the B and we start to look at bypassing the conscious mind to exhibit some sort of trance. See you on the next video.